The hearing just completed for Pam Bondi, and here's what happened. If you don't know, Pam Bondi is Trump's pick for Attorney General. That was after Matt Gaetz was picked and then dropped out. Which, by the way, Lindsey Graham said that she was everyone's first pick, which makes me believe that Matt Gaetz was never actually a serious contender. But moving on. Now, I actually made a video about her a while ago saying that I was not happy about this pick because she is a former lobbyist. And because of her lobbying, I thought that was going to be the topic of discussion the entire hearing, but she quickly put that to bed.
Let me ask you about your work as a lobbyist for Ballard Partners. You did not list your current position as a partner at the lobbying firm, nor the work you've done for your Ballard partner clients, such as lobbying for the country of Qatar for $115,000 a month, and for corporate giants Amazon and Uber when you were asked about conflicts of interest. Why do you believe your work as a lobbyist does not constitute potential conflicts of interest?
Well, Senator, first, that was the amount my firm received. I believe multiple people represented the country of Qatar within my firm. My role, and I'm very proud of the work that I did, it was a short time and I wish it had been longer for Qatar, was anti-human trafficking efforts leading into the World Cup, which is something I'd like to talk about later too. I was registered as FARA along with many members of my firm. That was the sole portion of my representation for Qatar. Now, if there are any conflicts with anyone I represented in private practice, I would consult with the career ethics officials within the department and make the appropriate decision.
Oftentimes they ask questions or brought up Kash Patel like this had something to do with him. This is Pam Bondi's confirmation hearing. Kash Patel has his own.
Wright has done an outstanding job as FBI director at avoiding political pressure. And although he was chosen by President Trump, he's being driven out so that he can be replaced. My perception, I've not yet met with Mr. Patel, by a loyalist who has publicly said he will do what the president asks him. Given that Attorney General Barr was asked to go find evidence of election interference and improprieties, went and looked for the evidence and said, I can't find any, and was then dismissed. I'm just going to ask you one last time.
There was a lot more than just that. I'm just not going to show you everything that happened today, but there were a lot of questions about, okay, Kash Patel said this in the past. What do you have to say for him? And it's like, why don't you just ask him when he has his confirmation hearing? Eventually, a Republican senator said this.
First off, I want to go back. You should be happy that so many comments have been directed towards Kash Patel, whose confirmation I am supporting. In fact, I'm meeting with him today, because that means they're out of stuff for you. So if it comes up again, you will once again know that you've got a great reputation and a great resume, and they're just trying to find things to put your integrity into question.
Even though Democrat senators came after her and tried to fire her up, get her to make a mistake, she still said, listen, I'm going to work with you even after you treated me like this. And I thought that was really awesome, and she kind of won me over with saying that.
Despite the questions from Senator Schiff, I look forward to working with you and the state of California to do everything we can to fight violent crime in California. And you know as well as I, that crime is only going to go through the roof now after these forest fires. You're going to have looting. You're going to have price gouging. You're going to have so many things that I have dealt with in the state of Florida, and I am committed to working with California just as much as I am committed to working with you, Senator Kennedy, in the tragedy that just took place in Louisiana, given all the human beings that were murdered in your state. And we have the Super Bowl coming up in less than 3 weeks now, I believe, Senator. I've been a little busy, but we've got to ensure, if I'm confirmed, that everyone in this country is safe. And I will work with you. I will work with you, Senator. I will work with all of you in this country for everything that Senator Blackburn said. We have got to reduce violent crime, and we have got to restore integrity to our law enforcement officers. Donald Trump, we keep saying he won this election by 77.3 million votes and 312 electoral votes. Look at the map of California, Senator Schiff. It's bright red, the popular vote, for a reason. People want law and order. They want to be safe so they can go to take their children to school, so they can go to church, Senator Hawley. People want safe streets. Of course we care about our economy and what's happening in this world, but if we're not safe, none of that works. We have got to come together. We have got to work together to make America safe again, and that in turn will make America great again. And I don't know where that phrase has become a bad word, because
I'm going to show you 2 more clips from the very same senator, because what they did is every senator got a chance to ask questions, and then it came time for round 2 where they went around the room one more time.
In the 2020 election?
So, first, Senator.
Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
First, Senator.
Do you have evidence, yes or no?
First, Senator. I'm so sorry about the fires to you and Senator Schiff and what you're going through in your states. I have to say that.
I appreciate that. My clock is
I'll
ticking,
answer
and I want to
all
hear
of our
your answer.
hearts go out to everyone in California for what you're facing right now. I'm glad you asked the question about Pennsylvania.
It's a yes or no question. Do you have evidence, yes or no?
Senator, I was hoping you'd ask the question.
Do you have evidence, yes or no?
I traveled to Pennsylvania.
Do you have evidence,
I traveled,
yes or no?
Senator, to Pennsylvania.
Okay. You're not answering my question. If you have no evidence to offer, let me ask you this. Will you now retract your previous statements that Trump won Pennsylvania in the 2020 election? Yes or no?
Oh, Senator, I traveled to Pennsylvania, and let me tell you what I saw firsthand.
Yes or no?
I didn't talk about California because I was not in California. I talked about
yes or no. That's what I'm gonna ask.
I talked about Pennsylvania because
Mr.
I
Chair,
was there.
I'm going to move on because
You
you're
got a
not
court
answering.
order.
Now, you're asking us to consider you to serve as the chief law enforcement officer in our country. So it's imperative, Ms. Bondi, that you subscribe to facts and evidence and not politically convenient conspiracy theories. Your job will be, your job will be to protect voters and election workers, not to undermine and dox them. Now, I know that earlier you agreed that Joe Biden is in fact president, but many of the president-elect's inner circle continue to spread the big lie about the 2020 election. Then move on to a different topic.
Senator, you were speaking. May I speak? You cut me off when I was speaking.
You can speak, and I hope you answer, Ms. Bondi.
Well, I'd
now,
like to answer the previous one, Senator.
When we met yesterday,
you pointed your finger at me and
you
said
did not
you were
seem to be
speaking.
familiar
Let me answer my question. I'm not going to be bullied by you,
the
Senator
14th
Padilla.
Amendment of the United States of America, which was deeply disappointing.
I guess you don't want to hear my answer about
today,
Pennsylvania.
after I gave an opportunity to study overnight. So can you tell me in this committee what the citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment says?
Senator, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm not here to do your homework and study for you. If I'm confirmed as
You're
Attorney
the one asking for a confirmation
Hey,
vote,
you
ma'am.
cut me off. Can I please finish?
What does the 14th Amendment say?
Senator, the 14th Amendment we all know addresses birthright citizenship.
This clip is the exact same senator.
But thank you for your testimony. I know we asked some tough questions in this hearing. That's what the confirmation hearing process is supposed to be about. I know how to count and I know how to read tea leaves. It seems to me you're very, 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 very likely to be confirmed, and certainly look forward to working with you in your office on the issues that I've raised today and more. And I certainly look forward to seeing you demonstrate the independence and respect for the rule of law that you have suggested to the committee today.
So his tone changed quite a bit. And honestly, I think a lot of Democrats are going to vote for her. She seems very qualified. I've changed my own opinion about her. But the true test is when she's actually Attorney General. We will have to see how she pans out. If you are upset just because Trump picked her and you don't like Trump and you want her to fail, I would ask you to rethink, because we are all on this boat. And if one goes down, we all do. I will continue to hold all politicians accountable regardless of party. That doesn't mean I want them to fail. I want them to actually do good and represent the people. As always, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Pam Bondi? Do you think she's a better choice or worse choice than Matt Gaetz? Let me know your thoughts and make sure you're following me for more.